What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Planners and Wine. My name is Meg.
And I am Myra. Welcome back to another week.
Yes, and happy 2024. This is our first episode of the new year, and we have our Patreon peeps in the building. I'm so excited to be talking to y'all
Yay.
again. I feel like it's been so long.
It has been so long. We still trying. We took a minute to kind of catch up and chit chat and obviously that's not on the show, but it's always a good time to catch up. And now we are just trying to remember how to do the podcast again.
Exactly. Lynn said in the chat that she thought we were on. Yeah, we always do all this. We actually did a lot today. We did a lot of side conversations before we started. It was always so much fun and just so random. We have a Patreon member who lives in Australia, so we had to talk about a bunch of random things, and it was a good time.
Yeah, it's always a good time. So
this
come to the
race.
Patreon. I love those are the best parts. Like before we start the show and the breaks, like we really have some interesting conversations for sure.
Yes, for sure. So yeah, y'all. How has y'all's 2024 been so far? Myra, how has yours been so far?
Pretty good. Hitting the ground running. I've actually have been committed to one planner, which is shocking.
Ooh.
And doing a lot of content stuff, YouTube stuff, and it's been going well so far.
I love it.
Yeah, I mean nothing too special. Just
Yeah.
day by day.
Yeah. Exactly. My 2024 has been ghetto so far, but it can only get better from here.
Period.
My whole family has been sick for this entire year, and that has not been fun to deal with. But I have been very, very consistent in my Hobonichi cousin and in my Sterling Ink weeks, and I have really, really been enjoying those planners, and I haven't bought any more planners. I haven't even thought about buying any more planners, so I'm doing good on that track for sure.
Yeah. I mean, it's just when you get into something that's just working, it just works.
True.
There's no point of like confusing and trying other things.
Don't rock the boat.
Yeah.
Boat. Exactly. Yeah.
But I mean 2024 doesn't sound super exciting so far, but it's mid-January. We still got a lot to go. We still got a lot of year to go.
I mean, yeah, and you know what? I still feel like last year just went by so freaking fast. I'm curious to see if this year is going to go by as fast as last year did.
Yeah, far less trips for me than
100%.
last year. 2023 was the year of travel for me, so I'm trying not to do that too much this year.
Especially with like side doors getting blown out of planes and stuff. I ain't going nowhere. Y'all know I'm scared of flying. That was the last thing I needed to see because I would have.
And I'm a window seat girly.
I am too. Not anymore.
No more. I'm taking the L.
Like what?
I'm taking the L.
Oh my gosh.
Taking the L here on out.
That was frightening. If y'all don't know, I know y'all know what we're talking about because the whole world has seen that. Was it Alaska Airlines?
Yeah. Which we don't have. Do y'all have?
I don't know. I've never flown Alaska Airlines.
Too far here. The only time I've flown it is when we had to go out to Washington State for training. Only time I've ever flown. And it was a kind of layover thing, but yeah. I ain't gotta go to Washington State no more.
No, that was ridiculous. That was and I felt like it's not a coincidence that there was nobody sitting on that aisle.
Apparently that person missed their flight.
See, I don't believe in coincidences. I just don't.
You think they got off like Final Destination?
No. I think the airline,
somebody check on that person.
I think the airline knew it was something going on with them planes, and they strategically didn't see anybody there or something like that. Like I just don't believe it.
Technically we haven't. That person, whoever it was, never came forward. Exactly. I've just only heard that person missed their flight.
Exactly. Okay. How convenient. How convenient.
which that information came from the airline, so
And I don't trust them.
I
So
mean, clearly, can we?
I got my conspiracy theory hat on with that one for sure.
Also,
So,
apparently there's a family behind the
mhm.
seat or whatever, and the baby shirt went out, like, off of the baby, and they had to hold the baby to make sure the baby didn't go with it. Like, can you imagine?
I would still be cussing everybody out. I would still be cussing everybody. And then they only compensated them with $1,500 and the amount they paid for their ticket back. That was it. That was their compensation for being scarred for life. Because I'm scarred for life and I wasn't even on that plane. So I could imagine like being on it.
Especially if you were, like, in the middle seat or whatever, like, in that row.
Hmm.
Like, I know they said some flight attendants, like, help people move seats because they just weren't comfortable. Obviously weren't comfortable sitting there. But
Mm-mm.
$1,500
Mm-mm. So yeah.
for my baby shirt literally flying off, like, my baby coulda went out
And
the window.
just being stuck in the air for like several more minutes until they were able to make an emergency
Yeah.
landing with the side of the plane just open. Mm-mm. Yeah, definitely flying less, uh, this
I mean, that was
year.
the plan anyway,
It
but,
was the plan anyway, but you know what?
yeah.
Exactly, exactly. Julie said, "I just got comfortable with flying, and now I'm, like, absolutely not." Period. Yeah.
Yeah, especially when I love a good window seat. I would have been knocked out and woke up in the
Woke up in heaven. Woke up in heaven
all I can hope is that
because
I just go out immediately and don't feel no pain. That's all I can
exactly,
hope. Yeah.
because yeah, Lynn said that people were still buckled in, so no one went out the window. They would have me
What if
so messed up.
what if somebody just like, because they don't like go and check your seatbelt. What if they just
Mhm.
didn't have like completely buckled in?
Anyway, so
Yeah.
yeah, y'all, 2024 has been ghetto so far, and we're gonna talk way more
I'm
about
gonna add
that.
that to my 100 list. So when we come to the end of the year, we can remember this moment.
You know what? That's a great idea. That is a great idea because I definitely don't want to forget this. And Jeanette said sounds like Final Destination. Exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly. Yeah,
Crazy.
so anyway, y'all, we're gonna take a quick break to hear from our sponsors, and we will be right back with the rest of how ghetto this year has been so far. All right, y'all. So we are back, and I feel like the first thing that we have to talk about is the fact that surprise, Halle, Bailey, and DDG had a baby. Oh my gosh, she was pregnant. What?
Surprise how we gaslit us for the past now.
Her and her man. Her and her man gaslit the whole world, called people anti-black for saying she had a pregnancy nose. Her sister
When it
cussed
was
us
us
out
asking.
for not keeping her sister name out of our mouth. You know, I love the Bailey sisters, but that was kind of messed up.
I mean,
Kind of
I
messed
get
up.
it, mind your own uterus and everything. I totally get that. But like they was full blown gaslighting us.
I mean, even down to the very Photoshop pictures, because Hallie
Mhm.
was still posting like current pictures of herself during this pregnancy, and now we know that they were just like extremely photoshopped to not
Yeah,
show
or
the
older
belly.
photos.
Mhm. Well, some of them were from like events and stuff that she was literally at. The fact
Oh,
that like nobody else in Hollywood like accidentally let it slip that she was pregnant or posted a picture of her or anything is kind of wild.
yeah, it's Beyonce level camp. Don't you know? They
Yeah,
came up under Beyonce, so it makes sense.
it does. It does. But I feel like had it not been for her boyfriend, like we wouldn't have known she was pregnant at all. Like it wouldn't have even
Yeah,
been
all the sneaks was from him,
from him.
vlogging and shit.
And him, even down to us knowing the baby was born, because in his Christmas vlog, you could hear a baby crying in the background.
And why is he still on YouTube? You're dating the literal Little Mermaid.
The literal Little Mermaid. Yep. Yep. But yeah, they have a baby boy. His name is Halo. Super cute
I
name.
love the name.
Um, yeah. I don't know. I just feel like it would just be so exhausting to try to hide like an entire pregnancy. Cause I feel
Especially
like,
the year she was having too. I know
oh
it
my
had to be exhausting,
gosh,
yeah.
she was everywhere.
Mhm.
She was absolutely everywhere. This is absolutely the biggest year of her career. So, very difficult year to try to hide a whole pregnancy.
Mhm.
Because, at some point, you just get so big,
Yeah. I
there's
mean, and the
nothing left
good
for
thing is at
imagination.
least when she was, like, huge and, well, we don't know what the hell she looked like, but, when she would more than likely be shown was after all the Little Mermaid hype, so
Yes,
that
that's
worked
true.
out.
It did.
I
It
love that for
definitely
her,
did.
but
Yeah.
I'm sure she's happy.
Mhm.
Congrats to them. DVD,
Get it together.
get it together. I need you to pull it.
I
Where's
know.
Beyonce?
Where's
Somebody
Beyonce?
whoever works with Beyonce to get people to shut up, get to him.
Get to him. Literally
Get
him.
to him.
Literally him. Because thanks to him, the baby even has a whole IG page where he's just like blurring out pictures, but he wants to show the baby's outfits that he's styling. Because he said that in the bio, styled by daddy at
He
DVD.
also makes the captions as if the baby is saying it. That is so weird to me when people
We've
do
talked about
that.
that before,
Yeah,
how that's
that's
a big
so
pet
weird.
peeve. Yeah. Yeah.
The baby ain't even a month.
Mm-mm.
Why is he on the internet?
Literally. Literally. Crystal said, "I wonder did she have to in the beginning because of Little Mermaid and just kept the secret? Probably because I feel like if because obviously we're not sure of the timeline, but if she
Mhm,
just had the baby in like December, that means when the Little Mermaid premiered in May, she was pregnant then, but probably just not showing yet or
mhm,
whatever. I could totally see her and them people like the producers and stuff being like, yeah, maybe we don't want to take attention away from the movie because it was already, controversial with her casting because of racist or whatever. Maybe she just, you know what I'm saying? Maybe she just wanted
mhm.
everything surrounding the movie just to be super positive and not really like focused on her, but the movie. And then after that, they just was like, might as well just not tell anybody. So maybe so.
That's possible. That makes
Maybe so.
sense. Because I mean, she would've been like, what, right at the end of the first trimester, give or take?
Somewhere around that.
Um, so yeah.
And the
That
fact, oh, go ahead.
that had to suck. Hopefully, she didn't have, like, a whole bunch of symptoms, but
Girl.
that first
Yeah.
trimester is something else.
And the fact that her troll boyfriend
Troll
on
boyfriend.
April Fool's Day, he posted like an ultrasound video or like picture and was like, "Oh my god, I'm having a baby," and it was like a dog in the ultrasound, like a puppy or something. She was probably pregnant then, and he posted that. Oh,
Also, why are we still, doing April Fool's jokes for pregnancy in 2023, 2024?
Myra, I told you he gives me 23-year-old energy. And that is not an insult to any 23-year-olds listening, but 23-year-old men in particular, I just see them as very childish. And even though he's not 23, he's like 27.
Mhm.
He gives 23-year-old energy, just very immature.
Ew.
Exactly. Why you
Ew.
like what
Why would you do
pregnancy
that?
on April Fool's Day? Like, come on. You can't give us nothing actually funny? Something that's actually a joke?
It don't even have to be that deep. A lot of the like the Stony Clovers and the bracelet people were like, "Oh, we're coming out with a new store in this city. April Fools." Like it's really not that
It's not that deep. It's not that deep at
as
all.
many people as like has said that that is not funny. I
Mhm.
I just don't well,
Yeah,
immature.
very
Immature.
immature. I
Mhm.
mean, he's the reason why the people's perception of their relationship kind of changed because people were very like positive and supportive about their relationship
Mhm.
initially, but his antics and him having songs talking about being jealous of her co-stars and unfollowing her on Instagram and all the dumb stuff that he does is really what made people start looking at him like, okay, Callie, this is a little boy. Like, what we doing? You know what I'm saying? That was his fault.
Yeah, it is
His
his
fault.
fault. I'm just gonna hope that she has the best judgment and she sees something that we don't see behind closed doors, but Crystal said, like, he definitely gives very early Soulja Boy vibes.
Oh my God. Could
Drake?
could you imagine having a baby with Soulja Boy in like the late
The Soulja
2000s?
Boy has kids?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Hopefully not. But could you imagine having a baby with Soulja Boy like circa 2007?
Girl, today, he's still scamming people with fake Soulja Boy games and stuff.
That's true. That is very true. Mhm.
But yeah, that's
Yep.
what it's giving. But also DVD came up in the YouTube like stuff. So I get like why he moves the way he moves, but like when you get with somebody high profile like Halle, like eventually it just has to stop.
My thing is he has a music career, so I feel like he needs to transition in his life and start like moving
Leaning
like
into
an
that.
artist
Yeah,
instead of moving like a YouTuber if that's not what he wants his whole
very
career to
much so.
be. And
Yeah.
he's not moving like a real, like legit artist. You know,
And
he's
he's
moving
a
like
pretty good artist.
yeah, his music's not bad.
Yeah.
His music is not bad.
Yeah, he's
So
definitely not moving like somebody who's serious about it. It's very much so like YouTuber.
yeah,
Like no shade, because you
yep,
know.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Brittany said it was odd how she tripled down on it though. That's the thing. I think that is what people were
Yeah, the
so annoyed
gaslighting. Yeah.
about. Yeah, because I just feel like if you don't want to tell people, then just don't. Don't you don't have to talk about it. You don't have to bring it up. But the fact that like she kind of addressed it with the whole nose thing, you know,
Mhm.
calling people anti-black because of her nose thing, and then with her sister cussing people out, telling them to leave her sister alone, and then with him, he would do a Q&A, and then when somebody would ask him about Halle being pregnant, he'd get all mad. Why are you doing the Q&A then? You know what people are going to ask you about. Like, why? So it was the subtle leanings into it. I think that personally really annoyed me. Cause I'm like, girl, either you're pregnant or you're not. I mean, the gaslighting was so high, and I started to believe that she wasn't pregnant. I really did.
Absolutely.
I
Yeah.
was
I was
convinced.
completely shocked.
I
Yeah.
was like, okay, I guess she's not pregnant because why would she be doing all this if she is? Like, why would she be,
Yeah, especially after the
protesting
nose
like
thing.
this?
Yeah, because it wasn't
Yes.
like even with the comments going back and looking at it,
Hmm.
it was other Black people, like, they weren't trying to be mean or, you know.
No. It is just a very common thing that Black women in particular,
We know,
when
okay?
when we are pregnant, our nose spreads. I had the pregnancy nose as well. Nobody was anti-Black for pointing it out. They were just an asshole for pointing it out. Because I know my nose is big. Leave me alone.
Like, I know. I get up and look at myself in the mirror every morning. I know.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
That was it. It wasn't anti-Black though. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
So I
yeah.
think all of that is what, but hopefully she's happy, baby's healthy, they can live their life, but DVD is
Yeah.
already getting on my nerves.
And honestly, I think if all this stuff with, The Little Mermaid and everything going on this year with her, I think she just would have disappeared from the spotlight
Yes,
to have
she
something
just
private.
couldn't.
She just couldn't, yeah.
She could not. And also her boyfriend is a troll, and I don't think he was
That's
ever gonna let her
stupid
do
too.
it. Because he's already been posting, videos showing her pregnant belly and stuff. So, he just been dying to tell everybody. Like Nori said in the chat, DDG has been itching to tell the people and start monetizing it. 1000%. It's already on his YouTube channel as we speak. So, exactly. Brittany said Shania Twain had an entirely private pregnancy. She just had to stay out of the public eye. Exactly. I mean, yeah, and I think, like you said, if this would have been a different year for Halle, she would have just been out of the public eye as well. But she just couldn't. She just had too much career wise going on. But happy for them. Halo is such a cute name. Yeah. Hopefully DVD can grow up now that he's somebody's daddy.
Sometimes it don't work, but yeah.
Hoping
for that for them.
Hoping for that. Okay, I did want to talk a little bit about the Emmys because there was so much going on because the host, Joe Coy, he was just not, I don't know.
Was that the host?
Yeah, he was
Okay.
he was the host, and he just definitely made some off-color jokes that did not land very well. And the only one of his jokes that I want to talk about is the joke about Taylor Swift. because it really wasn't even a joke about Taylor Swift, and he explained it later. He was like, it was more so a dig at the NFL. So what he said was, the difference between us and the NFL is that we're not gonna have the camera on Taylor Swift all night, something like that, right? And it just showed like it cut to her when he made the joke, and she was just sipping her wine. She just kind of ignored it or whatever. So I didn't think there was anything wrong with her reaction. But the Swifties, oh my god. Oh my god. It's like the Swifties reaction really answered my question for why I never felt great being associated with being a Swiftie. It's not because of Taylor. It's because of them. Because I just feel like they acted like that was just such a horrible, insensitive, mean, below the belt joke. And I was like, was there another joke about Taylor that I missed? Because I did not think, like I said, I felt like it was more of a joke about the NFL than her. And even if it was a joke about her, like it really wasn't that bad. But I mean, there were think pieces on feminism and why is Taylor allowed to be dragged like this, but Will Swift got to smack somebody with no consequences. And it's like, first of all, that's not even true.
He got banned, didn't he?
Yeah.
He got banned for years.
This day. So I don't know. I really feel like now, because Joe did go on to make other jokes, not about Taylor, but about like the Barbie movie that was really tasteless and some other things, I think all of that really gave the Swifties more of a leg to stand on when it came to criticism of him. But even once he made that first Taylor joke, I went to his IG page. They was already dragging him before he said anything else. You know what I'm saying? And I just felt like that was just such a wild overreaction. I'm like, y'all girl is hella famous. People are going to make fun of her. People are going to say things. It doesn't mean that people should be allowed to just say whatever. But if you think that nobody's ever going to have anything to say about Taylor that you don't like y'all are going to have a very hard, annoying life because that's just not possible. Like people say something about
the job for him to like crack jokes in between giving out awards or whatever. Ain't that in the job description
at an award show? He's gonna make fun of people in the audience. Period. You know, and like I said, it doesn't. I'm not defending any of his other jokes that he made that weren't tasteful or anything like that. But that in particular, the Swifties were set off from that point on. It didn't matter what he said for the rest of the night. It was a wrap for him when it came to them. And I was just like, y'all doing too much. Like Taylor is not above any type of criticism or joke or anything. Like y'all have to chill. You know,
is the Beehive the same though?
I mean, probably, but I don't associate with that section of the Beehive either. You know what I'm saying?
We kind of like we the worker bees.
Exactly.
It's a whole bunch of bees that like will attack. Because I'm thinking about the whole like were they at a basketball game or something where that girl like kind of leaned over her to ask Jay something?
I don't know. I think so. Yeah.
And they went like batshit off of that. Yeah. It's like it's really not that big of a deal. Also, like it sounds like Tay was just in a genuine moment, like, oh, I didn't find that funny, so I'm gonna just sit here and drink my wine.
It's totally okay.
Yeah, she's allowed to be human. And sometimes, like, if you're just sitting there, you're not gonna have like a huge reaction on your face. So maybe she just, had a resting bitch face at that moment, but that don't mean nothing.
And she might be over the NFL jokes or whatever. Who knows? And that's the thing. Like, I saw people jumping to her defense over her reaction. I never saw anybody criticize her reaction though. That's what was missing. Because like I said, the comparisons to Will Smith and stuff, and I'm like, somebody said something about her reaction. Like, I didn't see that. So maybe I just missed that part of it, but Swifties got to chill. Y'all got to chill. Like, the fandoms are doing too much. And I'm glad you brought the Beehive because you're right. The Beehive can do too much too. Like the fandoms be doing the absolute most. They probably still in that man comments.
To this day. But it sounds like he kind of bombed overall too. From the little bit that I know, I've only heard about it through like different podcasts and stuff. I didn't watch it, so I don't, I'm not familiar with his work, but it sounds like he kind of got asked to do this like not even 2 weeks before the event. So A lot of the jokes was probably like written really quickly.
Yeah.
With him and his writers,
I
and
think
they just weren't gonna land.
a lot of people wouldn't do it, and I think a lot of comedians are just kind of over the award show thing. They feel like it's just a
it's thankless
thankless
job. Yeah.
job.
Yeah.
Half the people don't think you funny, and half the people trying to drag you, and you really just don't get too much out of it. So I don't blame them at all for feeling that way about it, because it's just award shows are so dull anyway. Who
Yeah,
cares?
it's dull because people won't allow it to be funny and loose. And like
Mhm.
if somebody bombs, like, okay, yeah, he bombed, but like you take it to the next level and we write and think pieces about a joke that he said about
Yeah,
Taylor.
yeah.
It's too much.
If
So y'all
anything,
gonna get the next award show y'all deserve. It's
yeah,
gonna be boring as fuck. Y'all gonna be
boring.
mad.
Exactly. Exactly. Because no comedian is gonna want to touch it. And honestly, like if you're familiar with Joe Cole, like I'm familiar with him just because he used to be on the Chelsea Handler show a lot or whatever. Everything he said is on brand with his brand. So it's really more so
Mm.
on the awards people who like organized it for choosing him if they didn't want any, kind of off color jokes or whatever. Cause it really is
He
like
clearly
it
wasn't the
totally
first choice either though.
and that as well.
They was like, we gotta
They was
take
at the
what we can
bottom of the
get.
barrel. Yeah. So it just kind of sucks that he's just kind of like, taking all the hits for it when, like I said, this is really on par with his type of comedy anyway. And they
Mhm.
chose him knowing that he was probably going to say these type of things. So I'm just saying, Swifty's got to chill. Swifty's got to chill. Let's see. Brittany said they do be unhinged. I think Taylor just didn't laugh at a funny joke and the world took it too far. Yes. Yes. I think so too. Mm-hmm.
Oh well. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
she is a human being, believe it or
Yeah.
not.
Yeah,
Like
she
I
is. She's not a robot. She's not a robot. Yep. Brittany also said, I think what should come out of this in general is that women in general shouldn't be expected to laugh at a joke just because someone said a joke. Like it seemed like a flat audience the whole night. Yes,
Mhm.
exactly. There shouldn't be any type of expectations. Like if you don't think something is funny, you shouldn't have to laugh just to be polite. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see anybody saying that, but people in the chat, y'all are saying y'all saw that, so that totally makes sense. But the
Yeah.
Swifties were defending her before that and going crazy in his comments. Is my point. So
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's definitely a conversation because
mhm.
I feel like if it was a joke towards a man, it wouldn't be, this
I
big of a
think there
deal.
was a moment also where maybe when the Barbie joke was made, I don't know if they put the camera on Ryan Gosling
That's
or what, but there was some moment where he didn't laugh, and I hadn't seen anybody talking about that either. So
sexism every
mhm.
time.
Mhm. Every time. Yeah. Bambi said one of the morning shows said her reaction was aggressive and disrespectful. Now that's crazy. It was
Aggressive?
nothing aggressive. She
Aggressive?
aggressive because she
Aggressive is a lie?
aggressively drank her wine, I guess. Yeah, that's wild. I don't think that's correct either. Like that's wild. But yeah. What else happened? Oh, and there were rumors that Selena Gomez asked Timothy Chalamet for a picture, and Kylie Jenner said no, and that's allegedly the meme that we've all been seeing of Selena spilling the tea to Taylor and their other friend, and her having like a "oh my god" type of reaction to it. Of course, Selena and them have come out and said that didn't happen, but I don't believe them. Of course, y'all gonna say it didn't happen. Of course, y'all gonna say that.
Selena and Tay Tay besties.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Which makes sense because their
Mhm.
fan bases are the same people
Well, yeah.
who do the most and will defend them until their dying breath
They
over
will die
nothing.
on that hill.
They will die on that hill. Which, what I will say is that people do attack Taylor sometimes. I don't think she needs anybody to defend her, but people do attack her. I don't see people attacking Selena Gomez like that, though, as much as her fans seem to think that they do. So, I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
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 But yeah. Very interesting, very boring award show that I
Yeah.
did not watch.
Congrats to who won. I don't know
Mhm.
who won, but
It's like
congrats to you.
there we go.
It's like, Nikki, what is this award for again?
Exactly. Uh-huh.
Uh,
Oh my gosh. Danny said, I saw TikTok clips and he just made tasteless jokes like a cishet hypermasculine man would. I don't know if he is, but that was the vibes of the joke. Yeah, that's him.
Is he?
I don't know about hypermasculine, but I
Okay.
guess his jokes would definitely fall into that category for sure. But yeah, he's a cishet man as far as I know. Making dumb jokes. But yeah. Now y'all welcome. All the award shows about to be even more boring because the comedians ain't doing all this no more because y'all not gonna be dragging them. So
I mean, I don't blame them.
I don't either.
Yeah.
I
It's
don't
not even worth it.
either. No. Okay, something random that I want to bring up. So the Dream, the producer who works with Beyonce a lot, he randomly said that the Renaissance era was over. Now we can take this with a grain of salt because the Dream is not Beyonce. But he said that, and of course, the Beehive was not happy because we like, what you mean? Renaissance is over. What you mean?
Sir, shut up and produce.
Literally. Who asked you?
Who asked you?
Him?
Make another album or something. Make your own music. Like what? This is the same thing like how I felt with the Halle. Like if Beyonce ain't said it's not over, then it's not over.
Exactly.
That's all. Like if Halle ain't said she was pregnant, she ain't pregnant.
I hate how some people who work with Beyonce feel like they get to like make these type of calls. I'm like, you are not Beyonce. I don't get if Beyonce said it out of her mouth to you. That is not for you to repeat.
It's kind of wild because Dream is pretty low key. I'm kind of shook that it's coming from him. I guess maybe it has a little bit of validity to it, but Beyonce ain't said, so I don't care.
Beyonce ain't said, and he said it in the context of like something else. So he didn't just be like, hear ye, the Renaissance era is over. It wasn't like that. But he ended up, it's like he should know. Like, okay, maybe nobody care about you that much, Dream, but for Beyonce, you can't just say stuff and think the Beehive ain't gonna absolutely run with it. Like,
run.
You need to be careful with your words when you're speaking on B.
He slipped up.
Yes.
He slipped up.
Yes.
I'm sure she got him together.
Hopefully. Or she blocked his number. I feel like that's probably how Beyonce handles conflicts. She just gets a new phone and you don't have the number.
I love that
for her. Love that for her. I can't wait to live my life like that.
I need that kind of energy.
No, for real.
I bet she like changed her phone number every quarter.
And I bet she'd be super nice. She's like, oh girl, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. Next time you call, the number you have reached is disconnected.
Yes. That's on brand for her. That is on brand for her.
I don't message you anymore. Period. You just cannot contact me. That's it. I love that. Oh my god. I just want all this Jonathan Major stuff to finally go away. Like his career in the past 2 years has been, I just have whiplash because he done been all over the place. He been doing the absolute most. And now he had this interview on Good Morning America where I don't know how Megan Good has got roped into his drama because she used to be, an unproblematic fave, like out of the spotlight, not really, minding her business or whatever. And now this man is calling her his Coretta Scott King, and Coretta is somewhere like, why am I in it? I just want him to stop.
Why do you keep picking her? Why do you keep picking Coretta?
No.
I don't understand why he did the interview.
I don't either.
What did he think he was going to gain for that?
Just to double down on this whole story that he's had this whole time. You know what I'm saying? Which, regardless of whatever happened in the situation, the court of law found him guilty on causing that young lady's injuries, whether it was, on purpose, on accident, whatever. The court of law found you guilty. Like, why are you still on, Beyonce's internet calling people Coretta Scott King? I don't know. I really don't know.
Sorry to that man. Ultimately, I think he'll be okay either way. But it's just like you said, whiplash is a perfect analogy of his career because he was on a high note for a minute and then just this happened, but I just do not understand why did he do the interview. I don't understand what he thought he's going to gain from that. I just do not get that.
I don't either. I think he has some people around him who would not giving him great advice, because taking this to court in the
Including
first
Megan.
place probably wasn't the smartest thing in the world. Maybe he should have got some type of plea deal or something. I don't
must
really
be very
know.
headstrong.
Girl, clearly he think he Martin Luther King. He's the Lulu.
Also, Martin Luther King wasn't the very most faithful person either. But I don't know why you pick him.
Don't even get me started.
But okay.
Even. The fact that Bernice King, Martin Luther King's daughter, has had to come out and be like, my mom wasn't just no, prop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because that's what he's making it seem.
Exactly. Yeah. Like she was just a down, chick who gonna go through whatever with you and I hold you down. Like, no.
She
was
an activist in her own right too. So like that's not a flex. And no. I would be kind of high-key offended if you are calling me that.
And I think she was.
As your partner.
I think Bernice King was offended.
I mean, I was talking about like Megan, like to allow that to be.
Girl, Megan was
about you.
She was right there. She was behind the camera with the doe eyes. Just girl. So there have been rumors that, because a lot of people are like, why would Megan Good start a relationship with this man while he's in the midst of a domestic violence investigation involving another woman? And so the rumors are that he was like, because the whole altercation allegedly happened because he was texting another woman and his girlfriend at the time, who he was involved in this altercation with, tried to like take his phone or whatever. The rumor is that Megan Good was the woman that he could have possibly been texting at the time. So I don't know if this is true.
I mean, it still don't make sense to why, because like if you found that out, that she was basically, I mean, you have to find out by the timeline of all this events, like it's in court. Why would you still be rocking with this man?
Girl.
The D must be nice.
Must
be nice.
Got to be. But this is just absolutely insane because he's making her look like a clown. Because he looks like a clown. He looks like a clown. So, like you said, Jonathan Majors is going to be fine. Like, less powerful men have gotten away with more and still had a career in Hollywood. That is unfortunately the way of the world and how things work in Hollywood. But I don't know why she would want her reputation or her name dragged through the mud. Regardless of whatever happened with that situation, this whole thing is just not a good look. It's just not a good look at all. And I could not believe when he called her a Coretta. It was like he tried not to, but then he just had to.
He had to know that the internet was literally going in on his ass for saying that to his ex. So why would you pick somebody else?
Pick somebody else.
And stop
equating yourself to like civil rights icons and legends.
You're an actor.
You're an actor.
You're not saving the world for real. You are in a superhero movie. It is not real. You are an actor.
Exactly.
You're not changing nobody's life.
Nope. Okay, so we have to talk about. I feel like the elephant in the room of 2024
is nice.
Exactly. It's Gyspy Rose Blanchard. If y'all are not familiar with the Gyspy Rose situation, I mean, just look, you have to be familiar with it unless you live under a rock, because she has been absolutely everywhere since she got out of jail, but we're not going to rehash her whole case or whatever. But I don't know. We have had some very interesting conversations amongst ourselves of just talking about the way that she has been propped up and platformed, you know what I'm saying? And of course, a lot of it is her playing into it. Like, she's putting herself out there on social media and
for sure
and stuff like that. She seems to be very much enjoying the attention or whatever. But yeah, it's just weird. And I feel like everybody is kind of starting to feel similarly about it, that, okay, Jeanette says she doesn't know the full story. Long. Well, you might want to watch The Act on Hulu. It's a very good dramatization of it happened. There's also some documentaries, I believe, on HBO. It's called Mommy Dead and Dearest or something like that. I'm pretty sure that's about her, but it's a lot of information out there about her. But long story short, is Gypsy Rose, unfortunately, when she was a child, her mother basically faked all these like these illnesses and diagnoses and all that in order to get money and fame and attention or whatever. She faked like Gypsy having all these things going on or whatever, even faked her having leukemia, and all that. Somehow she was enabled by a lot of doctors, and she was able to just lie her way through it and have the doctors like believing what was going on to Gypsy or whatever. And at some point when Gypsy was about, I believe maybe 20, 21, something like that, she had a boyfriend at the time, and she basically planned for her boyfriend to murder her mother, which is exactly what he ended up doing. And Gypsy spent the last like 9 years in jail. The boyfriend is still in jail. I believe he's going to be in jail for the rest of his life. And I don't know. I think initially when she got out of jail, obviously there was a lot of sympathy for Gypsy and what she went through because, I mean, make no mistake, she had an absolutely terrible childhood. All these medical procedures and medications and surgeries and all this stuff that she never needed. What her mother did to her was absolutely horrible. So I think that she was getting a lot of sympathy for that. But I think now people are starting to kind of come around to like, okay, she went through something super terrible in her childhood. She did something super terrible, in order to get out of it, in her words, served some jail time, and now she's out. Like, do we really need to be like platforming her? Is what the conversation is at this point.
Yeah, I mean, she's a convicted murderer. And that is just a fact. And I'm glad that the conversation is shifting, but it is very, very odd. And I think a lot of people were leaning more on the fact that like what her mom did to her was terrible. And that is a fact as well. So they were like platforming her from that. But this is very weird because she was very knowledgeable on what she did and what she planned. And yes, she served her time, but I don't think we should be platforming somebody like that. It's just weird.
It's weird. It's just weird, and I feel weird about it. Because even for a second, I got caught up in all the hype too. Jib girl out here with her hair did, her nails did, like. But then it's just like when you think about everything that occurred, I don't know. I feel like she probably needs some privacy, and she probably needs some time to like truly heal from what she went through. Truly heal from the things that she's done. And it's just, I don't know, all the social media attention, I just don't see a lot of good coming from it, is where I kind of have landed.
Nothing positive from it. And I think she's fallen into it. Like, yes, she is an adult, but also like you have to take into account, like she was raised by this crazy lady, a master manipulator.
Yes.
Got into this relationship with this crazy boyfriend who's willing to take that step for her. And then she spent the last 19 years in jail, which I mean are the best of role models in that place, So it's like, I don't know. And I feel like her whole life she's been like the center of attention, So she's really kind of leaning into it. And social media wasn't what social media is today before she went into prison. So it's just not. It's weird. It's not good. I don't feel like it's good for her. She really needs to take some time to kind of heal. Like a lot of time. Like this is her whole life. That she needs to take time to heal from. Like being in prison is traumatic.
Very much.
Being with her mom was traumatic.
Her whole life has been trauma after trauma after trauma for sure.
Yeah. And plopping her up on social media and giving her a platform is not helping her at all.
Right. Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah. So,
Weird.
very, very weird. Julie said, wishing her the best for being all over socials. It's wild. Yeah. It's just, it's a lot.
Yeah.
And I feel like it will be a lot for anybody, but especially given her situation. I don't know. It's just interesting. Also, there's a Taylor Swift connection with Gypsy because apparently she was supposed to go to a Chiefs game soon as she got out of jail, but something came up where one of her parole officers was like, "No, you need to leave the state. I didn't give you permission to go to the game." And Gypsy's very vocal husband seems to think that Taylor Swift's people like called the parole officer because before this, Gypsy was very public about the fact that she was going to the game, which probably wasn't super smart. She probably shouldn't be telling the whole world, her exact moves and where she's going to be. Because, like, even though there has been an overwhelming amount of support for her, there are some people who see her as nothing but somebody who basically got away with murder and shouldn't be free. And so I don't think that, I think it could be dangerous for her to be all out and about also. But yeah, her husband seems to think that Taylor Swift's people like called the parole people and was like, "Taylor ain't about to meet this girl. Y'all need to let her go to the game." Which the way that Gypsy was talking about the game before I said, she made it sound like she was going to the game to meet Taylor. She explained on the podcast that wasn't the case, but when I was hearing about it initially, it sounded like she was going to the game to meet Taylor Swift, and I could totally see Taylor Swift's people being like,
Absolutely not, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely
Like,
not. And
no.
that probably was what she was thinking too. Because I mean, again, from this girl's life, she's make a wish. Like, basically anything that she wanted, her mom kind of used her illness to be able to get it.
Yes.
And like, clearly for somebody that like is getting out of prison, like doesn't really understand how social media is, how it works. Cause it's like, why would you give all that information on where you're going to be, when you're going to be?
I know.
Like that. Like this
wild.
person is not equipped to be on social media as social media is today. She is not equipped for that.
No, she's not. No, she is not. So yeah, it's a complicated situation. It's going to be very interesting to see, like, if all the attention that she's getting, like, if it's going to die down this year or how she's going to, continue to possibly play into it. Like, it'll be very, very interesting. But I definitely don't think that, I don't know. I don't think she's going to just be quiet on her own. I think, something's gonna
the
happen.
hype just has to go down because she's feeding into it, and she has been kind of the center of attention her entire life. Like, that case was huge,
whether it's the wrong reasons or the right reasons, whatever. Exactly.
Yeah. Wish her the best. I hope she gets some people around her who truly cares about her and
I do too.
Help her navigate the rest of her life.
I do too. So Young Thug has been in the middle of a court case. When I tell y'all, I don't know anything about his charges, what's going on. I don't know nothing. All I know is that they played the entirety of his long song, Lifestyle, in the middle of the court
whole track.
And I passed out, and the memes and people reenacted and saying how they would have reacted if they would have been there, and they would have been dancing, they would have been rapping, which has been so freaking hilarious.
Lifestyle is that song, especially the sound, the part that is completely inaudible, and you just kind of make the sound effects go along.
Most of the song, actually. I don't know what he's saying in this song. But
it would be so hard for me to keep a straight face in that courtroom and not like do a two-step or something.
That was so. If y'all have not seen it, literally just look up Young Thug Lifestyle in court, and you're gonna see it. Like they played the whole song.
The whole song. Like, is it a part in the song that he's admitting to the crime or whatever?
It has to.
But we don't know the words because most of it is inaudible. So,
exactly.
No. That's why it's like, we don't know where it's at. Just play the whole
thing. Play the whole
the full
song.
3 minutes, y'all. That had to be so awkward in that room.
Look, I put on Threads the other day. Between this and Cat Williams, this has been the most unserious year ever. And we only 14 days in. Like, what? That was so funny.
Yeah. Thank you for sending me that because I needed that. Like,
of course. And
what is happening?
Speaking of Cat Williams, I didn't even put this on the show notes because at this point it's like old news.
Yeah.
But Cat Williams came out and did an interview with Shannon Sharp and emptied the clip on most of the comedians in Hollywood and
the black ones.
He didn't tell me any lies except for reading 3,000 books a year. That was the only lie he told.
The Illuminati thing with Ludacris is kind of wild. I don't believe that.
Yeah, I don't. But here's what I will say. I don't think that Cat Williams lied, but I do think he embellished a few things for sure. And he gives the type of person who, when he's going to tell a story, like he's going to make it as interesting as possible, even if he got to add a few details into it. That's what he gives me. So but that was 2024.
What a ride. What
What a
a
ride.
ride. And I watched every single minute of that whole ass interview.
He
Because
told it.
it was very entertaining.
Yeah. And a lot of things he said, I mean, we've gotten like connections to it in real life, and it just makes sense. Like he made a comparison between Steve Harvey and what's his name? Mark something. It was another comedian who had a show. I cannot
Mr.
remember.
Cooper, hanging with Mr.
Yes,
Cooper.
yes.
Yeah,
And the
I don't know the comedian
comparison he
name though.
made to that, he basically was saying that like Steve Harvey basically stole this man's career.
I mean, it's the same exact show.
Literally.
Also, I love both of those shows though. Probably because it was the same exact show.
Exactly. They are the same show. But yeah, love Cat Williams.
Mark Curry.
Yes. And it's Steve Harvey fault. I didn't know his last name. So there's that. Thank you, Marlene.
Yeah, he definitely is just Mr. Cooper in my head. I love that show, but yeah.
Yep. But on that note, we're going to take a quick break to hear from our sponsors, and then we're going to wrap up the show. All right, y'all. So we are back. As always, the planner community has been pretty quiet over the holidays. We've had, a number of planner babies born. So that has been very precious. Congratulations to them. I'm not gonna call nobody out by name, but there's been some babies born. And I haven't heard anything else going on, to be totally honest. What about you?
No. No, I really haven't. It's been pretty quiet.
It has been very quiet. Let's talk a little bit about our 2024 lineups, guys. Let us know in the chat too, like how has your 2024 lineup been going? Any changes that you've made since initially deciding on your lineup? Is it working for you? Are you sticking with it? Like, what is the tea?
Yeah, I'm pretty solid with mine. I actually just revamped my Notion. I'm really excited about it. I have a media tracker now. I actually found the template on Etsy. I was like, this is exactly what I'm looking for. So added that, revamped some stuff on it, and I love it. And I mean, majority of the stuff that I do in my Hobonichi is like journaling. I've really been enjoying those daily pages for sure.
Yes. Same. Yeah, my lineup is going really, really good still. I'm still loving my Hobonichi cousin. I've been doing good with my gear and pixels, just filling out. Look, I had a lot of gray days so far from being sick. Okay. Gray is my bad one. So, but it's gonna get better. It's going to get better, okay?
Absolutely.
But I'm proud of myself for keeping up with it for sure. I've been in it every day, just journaling a little bit. On my weeklies, I've just been doing like a moment of gratitude and then just highlighting just something that happened in the day. I haven't been using it in like the traditional, like this is what I'm doing type of sense. So that's been working for me really well. Cause I think in the past, like I've been using multiple planners to talk about the same thing. And that does not work for me. If I'm doing that, something is gonna fall off. So since I've been using the two planners in my lineup very differently, I've been able to stick with both. And then just using my daily pages to just journal, talk about what's going on, add a couple pictures, make it cute or whatever when I feel like it. Being sick this past week, I definitely did not make it cute, but I found ways to still write. One day I just wrote "Today sucks." And that was
That's
it.
enough. Yeah.
And I'm not even letting myself feel the pressure of being like, oh, it's this whole empty page. How can I fill it up? Because most days are just not
Same.
gonna be like
Yeah.
that. I'm just not. And even if I skip a day here or there, I'm not stressing about it. I'm not going back. I'm not back planning or anything. I'm just moving forward. So
Mhm.
I've been really happy with it. It's going
Yeah.
good.
I love that. There is a handful of, like, Sterling ink planners, like, I think I got an A5 that
Mhm.
maybe I need to throw up in the Patreon if y'all wanted to try it, because I don't think Imma go with it.
Mhm.
But yeah, going back to what you said about not feeling the pressure of, making the page full, that
Mhm.
is such a freeing feeling, and I think
Mhm.
that's why I've been really enjoying, um is mine's a cousin?
Yes, but they call it a hun,
A
but I don't
hun,
know why
the
they have
black one.
yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, I've really been enjoying it because I've let go of feeling like it has to be, aesthetic and
Yes,
I can, like, post it on it. Like, it's for me.
it's
I
for
feel
me.
like
Yep.
the community has kinda gotten away with the planner being a tool to help you navigate your day to
Mhm.
day. Like, it
Mhm.
gotten away from it being for you because 'cause we're so, trying to make it pretty and cute so I can post it on Instagram, and
Yep.
it doesn't necessarily have to. Now, if you like to do that and that's for you, cool, but let's move away from, you know,
Plan for you.
just yeah.
Yeah.
And putting "Today sucks" is just enough. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Because
Yeah.
sometimes today does suck,
Yeah.
and that's all you gotta say
And
about
you
it.
ain't gotta make it cute either.
Mm-mm. Nope, you don't have to make it cute. Exactly. As long as you're happy with it, that's really all that matters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And honestly, I've been really enjoying like planning and journaling content on TikTok because I just find
Mhm.
it to be so much more authentic. It's not people breaking their neck to make it super aesthetic. It's
Oh,
just people
nobody's
just
putting their
showing
Amazon storefront over on TikTok in
I
their
not
journal.
not that I've seen.
They'll do that on TikTok.
I haven't seen it.
That is weird. I'm sorry. That is weird. Please do not put your Amazon storefront link in your journal.
Myra, I can't
Just to
laugh
post.
without coughing, okay?
I'm
You gotta
sorry.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, it's just been I've been and so I don't know. The more I've been like obviously interacting with that type of content, the more I've been seeing it and I just love it.
Send
Like
me some stuff. I don't ever see anything like
I
that.
got you. Because
Yeah.
once you start, it's a lot of people
Yeah,
who
it's a
use
wrap, yeah.
Hobonichis. It's a lot of people who just use journals or whatever. And it's been so fun to just see it. Just see people like
Yeah.
authentic. I think it's just too much pressure on Instagram. I feel a lot of pressure on Instagram that I'm like, I don't want to post my personal business. I also don't want to post something if it's not perfect. I don't know why it just feels like that on Instagram, but I just don't feel like that on TikTok.
Yeah. It's interesting because, like, I've been looking at a lot of, like, social media content creator kinda trends, and they're saying, like, they're seeing the pendulum swing with Instagram of people being a lot
Yes.
less more, curated. Like, it's still
Mhm.
there, obviously, but
Yeah, for
a
sure.
lot less, and they're expecting that TikTok is gonna swing more into that high quality, more curated type stuff, which I would
Mhm.
be sad to see because that's what I really love about TikTok is
It's
just
just
kinda the
authentic.
yeah, the
Yep.
authenticity of it, yeah.
I agree. I totally, totally agree. Let's see. Jeanette said, I'm in the Hobonichi A6 in weeks. I need to be better about using the daily page. I've used it on days. Something has been going on though. Girl, that's fine.
And
Whatever
that
works for
works,
you.
yeah,
Whatever
yeah,
works for you. Yep. Raina said, I'm bored with my hobo weeks, but I'm gonna stick beside it. We stick beside our planners. And if you don't want to stick beside it, that's fine. I'm gonna stick
yeah,
beside mine for sure. Because I
yeah,
don't want to confuse myself seeing what works for other people and then ordering it. I just do that too much and I get confused
yeah.
and not use anything.
Yeah, I've been sticking beside mines. I've been having the itch to go to that, Oristale
Hmm.
just because it's dated, and I really
Yeah.
loved it last year,
Hmm.
but right now I've just been throwing some stickers on it, just
And just go.
doodling it, yeah, but
Yep.
the Hobonichi is working right now, so
Agreed, agreed. Julie said, kind of obsessed with my stack. I'm in 3, but I might just be at 2 by the end of this month.
not the
Love
end of the
it.
month. We gonna change it.
Said,
I was
I got to
waiting
move.
on you to say year, but
She said, nope,
month,
end of January. It's a wrap.
15 more days, it's a wrap.
Hmm. Jeanette said, I'm definitely trying not to put pressure on myself to do it daily or make it cute. Good,
Yeah.
good. Yep. Brittany said, plan for you, share on socials if you want, but don't plan for the audience. Exactly.
Yeah, because they don't
Exactly.
care, and then they'd be mad if you try something different.
Exactly.
And they don't comment. Okay, never mind.
They only comment when they mad. Okay, like
They
what?
don't engage. So why you even
Exactly.
doing stuff for them?
Exactly. Don't do that for them. Danny said, "My Bujo has been giving me life lately." Danny is such a Bujo girl, and I love that for him. I love
I
it.
do too.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's see. Julie said, "It's a rabbit hole. I found so many fun people on TikTok." I have two. There's this one creator that I love, and I actually have a couple of her printouts in my planner for this year. Her name is Gracie Creates. She is like the ultimate Bujo girl. Like she is a true artist, and the way she does her Bujo spreads is just so amazing and just so fun. And I have just love seeing her stuff. And I'm so happy, y'all know I'm not a printable girl at all. I don't like to do that myself, but I did it, and that's where I got like my gear and pixels from. It was from her, or whatever. I just love her art style so much. It's so good.
Send me a picture of that.
I will send it to you.
I've been using I don't know what you call this page in the Hobonichi, but I've been using that as a pixel.
Which one?
This page.
Oh, that's a good idea. That's a really good idea.
I thought that's what it was for.
It makes sense.
I mean,
it makes sense.
Yeah. So that's what I've been doing. But yeah,
you know what?
Yeah.
It's fun, using pages in your whole, because they have all those extra pages in there. It's fun finding ways to use them. Like, so there's one page where it has like a countdown to like 365. So what I've been using that one for, I've been using it as like a spending tracker. So every day when I spend something, I'll color it in green, but the days that I don't spend anything, I color those in blue.
This page.
Mm-hmm. And I like broke it down by months. Shout out to Amber. She showed on her TikTok. I think she showed on her TikTok, like she broke each one down by the month or whatever. So she counted to 31 January and then counted to 29 February or whatever. So I did that too.
Did you just mark it or use a different
I just marked it.
Oh, okay.
I just marked it. Yep. But yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Mm-hmm. So that's how I've been trying to track my spending just a little bit so I can be able to look, hopefully, the end of the year, I'll see a bunch of, blue bubbles and not a bunch of green ones, reminding me of how much money I spent all year. But we doing our best. We are doing our best.
Yeah. Also, another fun thing that I love about this Hobonichi is that I don't know anything about it, if that makes sense. Like, it's been fun to like kind of learn, like
do whatever.
Yeah, because we've been in this planner community and planner game, like probably any other planner within the community I could tell you everything about, but I haven't really tapped into the Hobonichis too much. So it's nice to just not know.
And there's not just one way to use it, and everybody uses it super different too.
That's true too.
So it's kind of like you can get
with it.
Yes, you can get the creativity from like having a Bujo, but you still have the structure of a traditional planner for the girls who can't draw like me. So
or had time to, because
who don't have time. Exactly.
I ain't got it.
Exactly. Kelia asked, "What's the TikTok hashtags to follow?" So I don't really follow. Can you
follow hashtags? I don't think so.
But I'll look them up. So I'll look up like Hobonichi Cousin, journaling, planning, just any of the traditional ones that you would look up on Instagram are the ones that I look up. And a lot of times if I come across a video, I'll just see what hashtags they tag, and I'll just go and look at that hashtag to find like other people or whatever.
Yeah. And TikTok's pretty good about suggesting once you see a few things. So
they gonna give it to you.
Yeah. The algorithm is nice.
Exactly. Let's see. Erin Country Planning. Girl, I forgot. What is her name? Our Australia friend. She put it in the comment earlier, but I can't remember. But her name is not her name in our
Oh yeah, she's on her YouTube account.
Yeah. I'm sorry, but she said, "I'm still with Erin Country Stack until Go Wild. I don't know. I didn't know there were so many to choose from."
Are you coming to Go Wild again?
Carlene, there we go. Sorry about that, Carlene. Yes. Are you coming to Go Wild? Let us know.
Yeah, because we were supposed to hook up because we did the Erin Conjure live with him, and Go Wild is wild. So hopefully we can get a picture or something at Dallas if you come.
Yeah, we should definitely do that. Julie said, "I found a girl who uses her weeks to track how many hours she spends outside and I was messing around." I saw that too. I followed her
Wait,
as
what?
well.
What
Mhm.
y'all? We literally have a whole ass group chat about Benicia. Y'all ain't been telling me nothing.
Imma post it in
Send
the
it in the
group.
chat.
Imma make a post with, like, my favorite, TikTok journaling planny girlies, and yeah, just go look
You
there.
know what I would love from Meg is like a blog of Meg's favorites because Meg be fucking knowing.
I be
Like that
knowing.
would be so lit.
I do be knowing, you right. I should
Like
do
all
something
the
like that.
movies and TV shows and
Yeah.
Hobonichi accounts apparently.
I got a list for everything. You know what?
Meg's
That's a great
list.
idea. There we go. I'm finna do something
Get the
to put
domain.
them together. Myra be try I swear we got, like, 5 domains next to Myra. Every time she think of something, she buy the domain, and she don't ask no questions.
No questions, cause it'd be like less than $10, and if somebody snatch your stuff up, they'll try to keep it for like $5,000 or whatever.
I
Some crazy shit.
know, literally, literally. Oh, Carlene says she's not going this year because of the cost, but maybe next year. Yeah, hopefully we
Yeah.
see you at Go
Yeah,
Wild.
the cost.
Mhm,
I don't blame you. I don't blame
mhm.
you.
It adds up.
Yeah.
Speaking of Go Wild Dallas, a lot of shops have come out with their Go Wild Dallas merch. I ordered some amazing stuff from the sticker party. I've also seen Kelly Plan has merch, along with Posh has merch. There's merch for days out there, y'all.
Mhm.
I'm sure KD is coming out with her soon. I'm sure Planet K is coming out with her soon. Like there is so much merch. One thing I'm trying not to do though is buy all the merch because I did that last year and a lot of it is very specific to that
That
city of Go
location, yeah.
Wild. And then you just have it. And I'm not making a million spreads off of one event. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
I'm really trying to bring it in. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm excited. So much cute stuff.
For sure. Yeah, it's a lot of cute stuff out there. But yeah, heed that warning. If this is like your first go wild, it's super easy to like try and buy up all the things, but you really don't need that much. And
Right.
then you, like me, I have a whole bunch of
Mm-hmm.
DC monuments and stuff. Like there's no need for me to use it. So,
Mm-hmm.
just be mindful of all that. But I'm really excited about all the stuff I only got from the sticker party. I'm just
Me
sitting
too.
here patiently waiting on my lights, planner, ass, and inserts, and I'm be good.
Yes, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And a good idea if you have like a group of friends who are all going, maybe like you buy from one shop, they buy from a different shop, they buy from a different shop, and then at Go Wild, y'all can just mix and match and play with each other's like different merch or whatever. Me and my whole group of friends just bought from the sticker party. So we're all gonna have the same stuff, but that's okay because I just thought of this. But in hindsight, I wish we would have did this. It's fine though. It's so fine.
Also, I mean, on the positive note, when you're at Go Wild, you're going to get a lot of Go Wild,
True.
Dallas type stickers,
True.
merch stuff. So, you don't have to
Mhm.
go too crazy because you're gonna get more stuff there too.
Very, very true. Very true. Jeanette said she got from the sticker party and Tory artist planners. Oh, I didn't even see any Tory artist stuff. Definitely want to just go see
Yeah.
and check it out. Let's see. Brittany said, "Yeah, I saw Go Wild sticker books launching this year's theme. There's only so many Go Wild spreads to make. That's the thing. Like, I love the idea of having a whole sticker book, but I wish that maybe the full sticker book would be like just Go Wild and not like the city specific, and maybe just have like a couple sheets that were the
Mhm.
city specific. Because having an entire sticker book that is specific to that city is just not practical for me. But like I said, if you're buying and you plan on sharing with your friends and stuff, go out. That's probably a good way to do that. So you all aren't buying the same things.
Or if you just love Texas that much
Or if you love Texas,
and live there or whatever, but
go
I
off.
I could see that. But
Mm-hmm.
the whole sticker book, I get it, you know,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know. It's not for me. I just say it's just not for me.
I just learned the hard way last year because I feel like in 2022, because the year kept changing so much, I really didn't buy a lot of Go Wild merch like going into it. Luckily, we got
Mhm.
stuff there, but I really did not buy anything like leading up. So then I
Yeah.
went absolutely ham for DC and got so much stuff, and it's just stuff that is
Yeah. I
not
mean,
used.
technically,
Yeah.
DC was our first official Go Wild experience. Like, yeah, we
Mm-hmm.
our first Go Wild was 2022, but like you said, with the dates changing and all that around COVID, this was our first time where we're like
Set in
leading up to it.
stone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we, I can see
Mhm.
how people can go a little crazy if it's their first go wild for sure.
Agreed, agreed. Jeanette said, "I bought all the things last year, and some of it wasn't good quality, trying to do better this year." Yeah, exactly. You
'Cause I get
know, quality over quantity for
yes,
sure,
for sure, for
for
sure.
sure. Yeah. Let's see. Carlene said, "Oh my gosh, the free stuff was so much extra baggage, but an experience not to be missed." Yes. That's the
Mhm.
thing. Like, I feel like people put so much emphasis on like the swag, and the swag is really just the cherry on top for me. It does
Absolutely, yeah.
not make or break my go out experience at all. Like it really, 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 really does not. I mean, it's fun to get so much, stuff, but I want to shop.
Yeah.
I love shopping at a planner conference,
Yeah, I wish we
and
did have some kinda shopping, but
mhm.
yeah, the amount of swag and stuff we get is definitely like it's like when you get an onion ring in your fries. That's how it feels to me. Like,
Exact
"Oh, yeah."
it is the best
Yeah,
onion ring you've ever
yeah,
had.
it is.
It's like, why did I get a whole order of onion rings, but it wouldn't have been the same?
Yeah,
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying?
It's just a good surprise, and the
Exactly.
fries is all the amazing people and stuff that you get to meet and the experiences
Exactly.
you get to have, yeah.
Agree. Or it's like when you don't order fries, but your husband gets fries, and then you taste a few of his fries, and they're the best fries ever, and then you wish you would have got fries.
Mhm.
That
Every
happens to me a lot.
time.
That happens to me a
Every
lot.
time, because if I woulda got fries, they would've been trash.
They would've been trash, but his fries are delicious, and now he mad at me because I ate half his fries. But now I'm mad at you because you should have made me your fries.
That was gonna be gross because then they're not your fries, but, you know.
Exactly. Other people's food is elite.
Yes,
It's
it is.
elite. Yep, exactly. Jeanette said the swag is a lot. I gave most of it away along with table made gifts that weren't good. Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. And I feel like a lot of these conferences feel a lot of pressure to give away a lot of swag because they know that's what people are expecting.
Mhm.
So I think they do get probably kind of caught up in like, okay, let's give them quantity because that's what the girls are begging for. And it's like, I kind of just wish that pressure would go away, but
I would
I don't think
much
it will.
rather have some quality stuff over, you know, a whole bunch of stuff that I'm probably just gonna leave at the hotel anyway. Like,
Yep.
but I get that some people do want to, pour
Have
out
all
their
the
swag
things.
in the bed and take
Yes.
pictures with it, so
Yes.
different strokes for different folks.
True. Very, very true. That's why, we're grateful for whatever. It's so nice that shops are able to
Extremely,
give so
yeah.
much. And with the amount of things that they're donating, I don't expect every single item to be the absolute top tier best quality because it's just impossible. You can't have it
For
all.
sure.
You
Yeah.
just cannot
It's
have
out
it
of pocket
all.
for them, so
Mhm.
yeah, for
Yep.
sure.
Exactly. Okay, something exciting that I wanted to touch on real quick is that the Planner Memory Social is coming back. Y'all know that Harry
Oh yeah.
Potter theme conference that we spoke at last January that is going to be back in August, and they're keeping the Harry Potter theme. How freaking fun
I
is that?
love that.
I
I
love it.
love that.
I'm
Oh,
so
it's such an
glad
experience.
she just leaned into that. That was so much fun. So if y'all are in Atlanta, or don't mind traveling and have opportunity to
Mhm.
go, highly, highly recommend. It was absolutely my favorite conference of last year. It was just so much fun, and we got to shop. It was so good. Shout
Yeah.
out to D.
Yeah. I love it. Love it. Glad
Mhm.
it's in August because I had a bit of a trek to get there. But when
Yes,
I got there, it
it
was
was lit.
amazing.
It was
Yeah.
so lit. It was so lit, and they had this like Harry Potter not museum, but like mu
Oh, the exhibit.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
the word I was looking for, exhibit that was in town at the time, so we got to go
Yeah,
to
it just
that
worked out.
too.
Yeah.
It was so perfect. It was so much
Mhm.
fun. So yeah. One more thing before we wrap up the show, guys, we did want to let y'all know that we are going to be moving to a bi-weekly schedule for Planners and Wine. That
Mhm.
is every other week, not twice a week. Okay, just letting y'all know because
Let's clarify.
sometimes the words get kind of. I guess
Yeah.
maybe I should call it bi-monthly. I don't really know,
Yeah,
but it's
bi-monthly means
confusing.
the other month to me. But yes, I'm
Yeah,
glad you
exactly.
clarified.
It's
It means different for
confusing,
yeah.
but just to clarify, so yeah, we will be doing that just because y'all, it is so hard to keep up with doing the show as much as we do, as long with our personal lives, full-time jobs, all the things, and just for our own sanity, we're going to be moving to that schedule for the next couple months just to see how things go. Nothing is changing on the Patreon front. You get all the same benefits that you always got if you want to join our Patreon and check us out over there. But this is just literally to make, doing the podcast more manageable. So we hope that y'all are good with that. But yeah, we're excited.
Yeah, excited. Agree with everything you said. Allows us to be a little bit more present. And I think it's important to mention, because you brought this up too, and I didn't realize it. We've been here consistently every week for 4 years. This is season 5 technically, but it's been 4 years of this show, and every single week. Unless, you always have known, like literally only time we take breaks is either for the holiday or to be at a conference. So
that's it. That's it.
So yeah, it's definitely time. It's definitely time. And it's best to make it a little bit more manageable for us before we reach burnout. So
yes, for sure.
We gotta
for
do.
Sure. Yep. Brittany said, I can't believe it's already 4 years.
We
Girl, we can't either. We cannot either. Time is just flying by, and we love doing the show so much. We still have so much fun doing the show. We just have to make sure it is manageable for us to be able to maintain doing the show. So, we just had to get a couple Sundays back. That's all right.
Just a couple, literally.
Because I'm gonna start going to church so I can pray for Myra that nothing happens to her on these flights, that she don't be putting her phone in airplane mode on. So, yeah.
Oh, I hope they hear you. I really do. But nothing is changing on the Patreon side. Oh, do we want to talk about what we're adding to the Patreon?
Yes, let's go ahead and do that. So we are going to be adding a new tier to our Patreon for those who hate waiting that extra day. You still want that early access and you still want ad-free listening. We are going to have a new $5 tier. Definitely take advantage of that if you would like. I know ads get on a lot of people's nerves.
We got to make some money.
Exactly.
That's what it's there for.
So this is the best way. This is the best of both worlds for you guys. Now, if you are interested in getting our bonus content, like our bonus episode or our Patreon exclusive episode of Shots, that's when you would need to move up to that next tier, that middle tier. Or if you just want the whole shebang and you want to be able to hang out with us in the Patreon group, then go ahead and join that top tier. But all those options are available to you guys, and we appreciate the support more than y'all know. We really, really do.
Yeah, for sure. I think it'll be a nice option. Sometimes people just want a way to support and don't need the extra content. So here is the perfect tier for that.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. But yeah, y'all. I think that is it. Patreon crew, thank y'all so much for joining us for our first episode in 2024, our first live episode. I think this was a great way to start off this year in podcasting. I'm excited to see what's to come.
Danny has a good point. That whole plane conversation was off the pod. So this is why you need to join the Patreon so you can know the inside jokes of what Meg is talking about.
Exactly. Myra is reckless. That's all y'all need to know. Join the Patreon.
Join the Patreon.
But yeah, y'all, thank y'all so much for joining. Happy 2024, and we will talk to y'all soon.
Bye, guys.
Hey Grapevine! Thanks for listening to this week's episode. Planners and Wine is hosted by Megan P. and Myra P. and is edited by Jonathan F. We'd like to thank our Planners and Wine patrons for their continued support and engagement. With special thanks to Daniel M. and Lisa F., moderators of our Patreon exclusive Facebook group. For more amazing content, please visit plannersandwine.com or find us on Patreon at patreon.com/plannersandwine. You can also find us on all social media platforms at Planners and Wine.